Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
UFC President El Jefe Dana White has said there will be no world tour for Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. And yes, that's a little bit of a letdown, because who would not be down to see another Conor McGregor world tour? I mean, his last world tour he did versus Floyd Mayweather, possibly a bigger fight, you know. I mean, that was the biggest boxer versus the biggest UFC fighter. That was a cross-sport deal. This is still going to be a huge fight, Conor versus Khabib. But we also got to keep in mind there's not as much time to build this fight, as Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov are set to fight October 6th at UFC 229. They're going to main event that. Conor McGregor's coming back to get the title he never lost versus the undefeated Russian grappler Khabib Nurmagomedov, who's arguably, if not the best wrestler in the UFC's lightweight division, man. It's going to be a tough matchup for Conor McGregor. He's coming off of the boxing match with Floyd Mayweather and a little bit of a layoff, but at the same time, it's really hard to count Conor McGregor out at this point. I mean, if this were anybody else, I would probably be picking Khabib Nurmagomedov to run away with this fight, as we saw him do in his last 3 fights versus Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, and Ally Quintin. But Conor McGregor, we've seen him weather the storm against a wrestler when he fought Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes had him in bad positions. He was able to get up and eventually get the knockout. But that's not even it's not even a guarantee that Khabib's able to get the fight to the floor, because we saw in his recent fights Khabib may have shown some holes possibly in his stand-up in some of his recent fights. And even though it's nothing that anyone would be able to capitalize off of, Conor McGregor's not just anybody. If he sees a hole, he's got the precision, he's got the speed. So I'm sure some people would definitely enjoy a world tour with press conferences. But hey, man, it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. At least we get to see Conor McGregor versus Khabib. It's official. The wait is over. And with that being said, who knows? I mean, there's been some speculation that it would be kind of hard to do a world tour with these guys because how deep their rivalry is. I mean, we saw what happened with McGregor in the Barclays Center when he came in and threw the dolly. So you would kind of have to protect each other's crew from each other, and, you know, anybody from doing anything crazy in all of these different locations. I mean, that would kind of be madness. But with that being said, I believe the UFC, they're not too worried about security issues. This doesn't really have anything to do with them fearing McGregor or Khabib's crew, you know, the not being able to control them. It's more of a timing issue. There's not really enough time to promote this, at least as far as a world tour is concerned. The fight's just 2 months away, so it is what it is. No world tour, but still a great fight. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video, or some of the time that I upload a new video, because YouTube's notification bell is a player hater. But this is one of the hardest working independent MMA channels on YouTube. We provide daily updates, full fight card breakdowns and predictions. We make MMA fighter freestyles, and we've already interviewed pro fighters Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Felony Charles Bennett, and Bruce Lushmedio in just a little over a year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on YouTube. So with that being said, if you're interested in more videos like this, check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over at patreon.com. One of the things you can see while you're over there are some of the goals of the channel, and also more free videos like this, betting advice, and more. We just launched the Full-Time MMA store over on teespring.com, and we've got some limited edition gear in order to celebrate that. We've got some Day One Fook the Other Side shirts that are only available for a limited time. Also, you got leggings, phone cases, Don't Be a Bagel Biter, coffee mugs, and more. With that being said, you can check the links out in the description if you want to check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo or the Full-Time MMA store on Teespring. I apologize about the long outro, but a closed mouth don't get fed, and if I don't plug myself, who will? So respect. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.